This is about defending democracy. This is no longer Democrats versus Republicans. What do you want your kids to believe in? There must be give and take.
This is White Flag with Joe Walsh.
Hey, it's crazy, right? It's crazy when you think about it. The Senate and the House, Congress can't pass aid to Ukraine. They can't pass a bill. They can't even vote on a bill whether to increase more, pass more aid for Ukraine, or do anything about the border. Everything's tied up. The Senate right now, Senate Republicans trying to cobble, and you know the story, Senate Republicans trying to cobble together some sort of border compromise so everybody will agree, so Republicans will sign on and agree to support this bill increasing more enforcement at our border. Yeah, and by the way, it's also this bill would have increased aid for Ukraine in it as well. And you know the story. Trump's told House Republicans, don't do anything about the border. Don't you dare do anything about the border that will help Biden. So don't pass it. And that's one aspect of this story. But as you're watching this whole thing unfold month after month, you're probably asking yourself, but Joe, why are they trying to pass a bill that includes whether we should send more money to Ukraine and do more enforcement at our border? Like why are these two things, these two very important subjects, in the same damn bill? Like maybe you've asked, after months of this now, why not just a standalone bill on Ukraine and a standalone bill on the border? Why can't they do that, right? Why can't Congress put up a bill, okay, vote up or down? We're going to give Ukraine more money or we're not. And then that either passes or it doesn't. And then the next day, introduce another bill. We're going to add these enforcement measures to our border. We're going to secure our border, or we're not going to do these things. Another standalone bill, up or down. Why not two separate bills? I'm a former congressman, and that bothers me. It bothered me when I was in Congress. Republican, Democrat, it didn't matter, whoever ran the House, you'd vote on these bills, these Christmas tree bills that would include everything in them, that would include, money for this and money for something totally different, two or three completely different issues, all tied up in the same bill. Why? Because they're afraid. They're afraid. Congress is afraid to vote on whether we should give Ukraine more aid, more money. They're afraid to have a standalone vote, to simply vote on that, to have their names on that. It's all fear. And this is primarily fear from the Republicans. Look, and there are Democrats afraid to have a standalone vote on the border. Many Democrats don't want to be on the record supporting or opposing doing more on our border. But the holdup here is Republican fear. Republicans are afraid to have a standalone separate vote on Ukraine. They don't want to go on the record. They don't want to be on the record supporting aid to Ukraine because the Republican base, the hardcore Republican base, does not want to give another dime to Ukraine. So Speaker Mike Johnson of the House, he's protecting his Republican members by not having that standalone vote. He knows the base. His base supports doing a hell of a lot more on our border. So throw the border in there in the same bill, and that will kind of then minimize any support for Ukraine. Then his members, his Republican members, can tell the base, well, I voted for it. I voted for more security, more defense of our border. Yeah, and they threw in this little shit about more money for Ukraine, but I really voted for the border. That's why Congress does this. That's why they pass these Christmas tree bills. That's why they pass bills with two completely different issues all wrapped up in the same bill, to protect their members, because their members are afraid of having to put their names on a bill that might offend their base. And right now, Republicans are afraid of putting their name on a bill that will giving Ukraine more money, because that would offend their base. The reason we're in this now for months and we're still trying to find some sort of fucking compromise in the Senate or the House on all of this is because Republicans are afraid. Republicans are afraid to vote for a standalone bill on aid to Ukraine. Period. That's why we're here. And then Biden can't say that because Biden just wants to get the damn thing passed. Biden's trying to be as quiet as he can to just get more aid for Ukraine passed. But sooner or later, he's got to say something. And Republican fear needs to be exposed here because it is holding up important, necessary aid. It's Republican fear here is literally killing Ukrainians because Ukrainians are running out of ammo, they're running out of supplies, they're running out of munitions, they're running out of equipment. We're holding that up. Republicans are, because they're afraid of doing the right thing. I'm Joe Walsh, White Flag Joe Walsh. Thanks for listening. Joe Walsh, White Flag, all one word. Joe Walsh, White Flag, all one word, at gmail.com. Make it a good week. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow White Flag with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been White Flag with Joe Walsh.
Hey everybody, it's Michael Steele, host of the Michael Steele Podcast. Each week, I discuss key political and cultural issues joined by America's leading activists, experts, and academics for conversations that transcend political boundaries. And that's the point. I want you to join me as we work through real solutions, have honest conversations, just keeping it real and having a little fun on the side. So listen to the Michael Steele Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, or wherever you get your podcasts on, because you know I love it when you do.